just a bloke in a bar.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Packer Up Boys. It's been a busy little bee the last couple of weeks. Didn't get Packer Up Boys DMP last week. Missed the DMP. Was over in Perth, speaking to Jack Della Maddalena, and it was incredible. So good. But before we get into it, Matty, how you going, mate?
I'm good. Yeah, it's weird because we didn't have the DMP yesterday, and obviously we'll get to the show, but
Mate, the friggin' topics we get through.
with so many, we got more topics than we on a bloody normal Monday show.
Mate, it's crazy.
So when you get rid of one show on the Thursday, things really build up.
Which is so friggin' crazy. I'll never forget when I used to do the podcast and it was one show a week and it was interviewing players. And I was like, no one wants to hear what I have to say about anything. Like, why would I do a second show? Like, I make myself sick thinking about being that narcissistic to think that people would want to listen to me more than once a week. Because that was my thinking. Initially, I was always like, it's all about the player. I'm just like a fly on the wall. That's the environment I wanted to create. And now we're getting to a point if you bloody miss a day, it's a nightmare. But yeah, went over to Perth thanks to Keaon main event. Last minute thing. They're like, because he was supposed to come to Sydney, and then he had some stuff he had to get to, so he couldn't. And so they're like, damn, last minute. Nick rang me up from main event, absolute legend. He's like, you want to go, chat to JDM? And when he was asking me more from like a business perspective, in the sense that it's work. If you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there was a sense of like understanding if I didn't want to go, and I'm like, bro, are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I want to go and chat to the UFC welterweight champion before he's about to fight Islam Makhachev? Yeah, I do, bro. Yeah, I do. Anyway, so we get into the airport. And can I be honest with you? And this is where I just had to check myself a little bit. I had to check myself and be like, Kempy, you've forgotten who you are. I looked at the ticket and it didn't say like premium economy or business class. And it's like a 4 hour and a half hour flight. And to be clear though, if it was anything under 4 hours, I'm absolutely never going to fly business. Like, there's no way I'm going to do that unless someone's going to provide it and I can just go, they buy the ticket or whatever. But because when I see it normal, anything over probably, as I said, 4 hours, my back just goes because I tore my groins in that when I was playing. So I've just got really weak around there and I don't obviously work out as much as I should. Anyway, sorry. So I did feel a pang of like, no business. And then I was like, bro, are you fucking serious, bro? The first time you ever went in business was like 3 years ago when you were like 37 years old or 36 years old. Shut your fucking mouth. Anyway, so we get on the, so I'm stoked. We're going to see JDM. Huge fan, obviously. Get on the plane. It's full. It's so full. Let me tell you how full it was. It was so full that when I went to put on my so I had a backpack and just a little carry bag with some clothes in it.
Yeah.
Not too heavy. So, hey, I'm not going over 7.5 kilos. I'm thinking of the whole plane. I'm not a dog. But it was so crowded that they were like, you have to put the bag under your feet.
Yeah.
And so I'm already a bit like, oh man, 4 hours of like, if you've got a bag with your feet, it's like, pretty much like that. Your back's going to be gone. You're going to have to get up and walk around for a bit. And so that's how crowded it was. However, so I put the bag under, and I'll be honest, I was a little bit grumpy. This is brought to you by Grumpy Coffee, actually, this little story. Yeah, brought to you by Grumpy Coffee. Go to grumpycoffee.com.au. Just quickly, the amount of people buying Grumpy over the last month has been huge. People are absolutely loving it. I had a massive month last month, so give it a try. Anyway, so I put it under, I'm grumpy. I'm like, oh man, 4.5 hours like this, and I'm probably going to get some dude that's like the same, I'm not huge, but I'm not like tiny either. Same size as me, so we're rubbing shoulders the whole time. And that's one thing like I struggle with on airplanes is touching people I don't know. Like, just don't touch each other, please. So I'm always like, ugh. Anyway, so I'm sitting there grumpy, and I'm just like, going through my phone, just trying to like get my mind off it. Like, come on, bro, you're going to do something that like is the dream. Just get your head over it. I look up and it looks like it's all boarded. In a plane that was so full, I couldn't put a second bag up there. There's one seat free.
Okay.
It's next to me.
Oh, get fucked.
Yes. Yes,
fucked.
It was. A plane so full, I had to put my bag under. Eventually, I got it back up there. There was a spare seat right next to me and this old bloke. And to make just a cherry on top it, because you never know who you're going to be next to on the plane. You could be someone grumpy, someone that punish you. So I was the bad guy in this situation. So I put my bag up, I sat down, and I forgot one thing. I forgot one thing in my bag that I needed. I think it was like a charger or something like that. So after 3 minutes of sitting down, I was like, hey, bro, I need to stand up to get something out of my bag. I'm so sorry. This is what his response was. He's like, that's okay, bro. Anytime you need anything, just ask me to stand up. No dramas whatsoever.
Really?
I was like, is this the nicest aeroplane man ever?
See, I would never say that in a million years to anyone.
That's what I mean. That's like the rarity of this dude to say, whenever you want me to stand up to get something or go to the bathroom, sweet. Like making me feel like I don't have to be wigging out, like busting to go to the toilet. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't want to bother this poor bloke.
Man, that's so nice.
That's so nice. And it was like, and we looked across to each other and we're like, bro, we got the seat. Yes. So we had the seat thing. And so basically it was like better than business. It was sick. Good guy next to me. Heaps of room, fly over. To top it off, on the way home, another full flight. Nick upgraded himself with his points to business, so I was like, you motherfucker.
You dog.
So I kept walking, flight on the way home, full again. So full over the thing, they go, hey guys, it's full. Turn your bags on the side so we can fit anything. Guess which person had a spare seat next to them?
How?
Oh, bro, it's what I'm saying,
How?
bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I can't believe it, bro. It's the best trip ever.
How many, I want to work the maths out here. How many flights are on a seat? How many seats are on a flight? I'll work it out.
We'll just say 30 rows, 30 times 6.
Okay, so 180 and then time. So it's 1 in 180 times, so 1 over 180 times 2. So I'm just going to quickly work that out.
Like, what are the chances of that? Yeah, that's so true. That's so true.
Divided by 1.
It's just like, bro. And so the only bad thing is, and I got to get out of this. This is
1 in 32,000.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. I was so happy. I was like, bro, I'm the luckiest guy ever. Anyway, but I've got to work on this because my mindset, I don't know if anyone else is like this. Whenever something goes really good for me for a long period of time, like a week or whatever, I'm like, something bad's coming.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Bro, it's the worst way to think, but I always think like that.
Mine's a little different. I like create scenarios in my head, and like it's kind of similar. Like if things are going too well, I'm like, what is around the corner?
Yeah, it never lasts. Something bad comes after something good. So now I'm wigging out, going, fuck,
what's next?
What is next? Because like you don't get that kind of luck. So anyway, flew over there. We get in the gym, scrappy gym. And I tell you what, every time I walk into like a gym or a locker room or just where the boys are training at, I'm like, fuck, I miss this. I don't miss the hard work, obviously, but I do miss the camaraderie and just the boys. And like, yeah, it smells like shit, but that smells good to me because that's, you know what I mean? Like, of sweaty men. I know that sounds a bit weird, but like, that's what gyms smell like: sweaty, dirty men and socks and shoes and gloves and everything. But it's like it still smells bad to me. But it's almost like a bit of home to you because you just spent so many hours in there, bro. So many hours in there. Anyway, we get in there, and so he starts training, and we're watching him. He's doing the, I think, shark bait. Pretty cool. I'm pretty sure it's called shark bait. He's doing it. First of all, watching him do it, you're just like, bro, this guy's a beast. Bro, then Craig Jones walks in.
Hang on, what's shark bait?
Oh, so basically he's got to wrestle people for like 5 minutes or like, you know, I'll just say 3 rounds.
Okay.
And every 2 minutes, a fresh person comes in to wrestle him, but there's no breaks for him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So he's just getting tout. Craig Jones walks in, and Craig Jones, that anyone knows jiu-jitsu, he's like essentially one of the biggest names in jiu-jitsu. And I don't even follow jiu-jitsu, but I know Craig Jones, and I actually have watched a lot of his content. I think he's hilarious. Like, he's an Australian. He's been on Joe Rogan and everything like that. He walks in. So I'm sitting here, bro, and it all hits me at once. So their training cage is honestly like here, where my hands are. I'm talking a ruler, 30 centimeter, because I'm sitting on like a little, not a step ladder, but like a little box or whatever next to the cage. And you've got Jack Della Maddalena training for a world title defense against Islam Makhachev with Craig Jones right there. And it all hits me at once. I'm go, bro, I might be the luckiest man in the world.
God's favorite.
Bro, think about how lucky you are to be able to sit there witnessing that.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I was like, this is the best, bro. This is actually the best. Seeing Craig Jones in action, seeing like just how good it all was and just how much of a dog JDM is. Holy, he's a dog.
Jeez, what a like a lucky trip from start to finish.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's why when he was asking me and he was a little bit hesitant, Nick, I was like, bruh, fucking let's do it. Fuck yeah. So yeah, went over there, did that, got to speak to a Jack legend, like one of the boys. So he played rugby growing up. He was a scrum half.
Oh yeah.
And like can ping him. So that KO last time before his last fight, they had, you know, like the thing that Freddie and Joey like throw the ball through with the hole.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So that's something similar to that. bro, he pinged a 20-meter pass off the deck first time through the middle hole.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, so he used to be a good scrum half, and he only started doing fighting because he fitness. So, yeah, got to sit down and speak to him, which was mad. He was just one of the boys. You could tell he was one of the boys. He used to own a Silver Commodore, and I said to him, bro, you got to bring that, because he upgraded to a Range Rover. I was like, bro, you got to keep the Silver Commodore, bro. And he's like, you know what? I actually kind of regret getting rid of it.
My first car was a Commodore.
Yeah,
99
and like,
Commodore.
Bro, it just suits it. He's this mad scrapper over in Perth, and he's just got a Silver Commodore. Like, I reckon I would love to see him, like, they'd never be able to do it, but like an Aussie, instead of doing a walkout, they drive out in like a Commodore or some shit and get out with an Aussie flag wrapped around him, and then like do a burnout and then fight and then get out and leave in the Commodore and do a burnout. That'd be sick, like WWE or something. Had a great chat. Got some content coming out that I think people will enjoy in regards to with JDM. He was an absolute legend. But yeah, that was the trip. That was the trip. It was sick. So grateful. Luckiest man alive. Just looking around going, this is work. Like, I like, this is something you tell your kids you got to do.
Yeah.
You're doing it for work. But yeah, anyway, that was all brought to you by Grumpy Coffee. It wasn't initially, but now it is. grumpycoffee.com.au, and make sure to leave a review. Yeah, if you like it. We've got over 500 5-star review, guys. One thing I'll say about Grumpy Coffee is I am extremely confident about the taste. As I've always said, like with the only time we've got a bad review, it might be like a bad package rocked up. It took a little bit too long to get there. Now, taking too long to get there, that's a thing of the past. That was when we launched and we just had too many orders to get through. But taste-wise, I'm going to put it out there. You're not going to find much better coffee. Like, I'm just going to put it out there. Matty, you can say your honest opinion.
I have it every day.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah, no, it's literally fantastic.
We've got pods, we've got ground, we've got whole bean. Also, brought to you by Lontel. Oh, what a weekend for Lontel. So, Arc Raiders is out. Outer Worlds 2 is out. I've been playing a lot of Hades 2, which is friggin' sick. So, Andrew from Lontel, he gave me his Steam Deck, and a Steam Deck is essentially a mini computer in your hands. Bro, the flights went that quick playing Hades 2. Like, it was like that. And it was a 4-hour and 50-minute flight.
That's what you did on the fly.
Yeah, just like that, bro. Bro, heaven. And you know what's crazy is like, I promised myself I'd never be that dad that's like, yeah, like downtime without the kids. I'm that guy now.
Yeah.
Because like the thing with an airplane, no reception. So, well, you can join the internet, and I did. But like, if you want to, you can not join Qantas internet. So it truly is probably the only time where you are fully disengaged from the responsibilities of being a father.
Well, being on a flight with no Wi-Fi is, in this day and age, it's literally the only time that you're disconnected from the world.
Yeah. And so I just fucking smashed that. But there's actually Andrew was the one that gave me a Steam Deck. So stoked as. Thanks for that, made it super quick. Gonna be Arc Raiders this week, guys. So when I get home today, I'm gonna start playing. So add us bloke in a bar, guys. Make sure. So if you want some new internet, or even if you're just thinking about it, and if you're with someone else or whatever, I'm telling you, Lontel is the best in the business. You pay as you go. It's internet of the future. None of these like old long contracts where you're locked in, and if you leave early, you got to pay some leaving fee, or you didn't use your internet all month, but you still got to pay it. You pay as you go. So if you want to use for example, like today, let's say you've got a PC, you want to download Arc Raiders, and you're on Lontel internet, but you're only paying the minimum, which is just normal speeds. You're like, you know what? I'm going to crank it to like this top speed, which I do. I'll download 70 gigs in like 3 minutes and then crank it back down. So if you're only paying for like a day of the high speeds, it's the best way to do it. So go to lontel.net.au/bloke, use code bloke. If you've already signed up, that's how it works. There's a lot of people that have already signed up, but then they get to a certain point and they're like, I'll come back to it. Guys, make sure you get back to it. Give them a call. They've won best customer service 5 years running. They'll walk you through it all. Just honestly, just like the coffee, I stand behind how good Lontel is. And also, like a lot of these long-term sponsors, I use the product before we bring them on board. And Lontel, we were using before we brought it on board. And it was because they were so good is why we brought them on board. I'll never forget when Mamie was like, bro, Andrew literally rang me and had the internet running in like a second.
It was incredible.
Like, and the pain that we'd gone through for year on year. Oh my God, bro, I cannot express it. And just like in regards to other internets, most other internets that aren't premium, you get to prime time and it slows down. Your ping goes to friggin' 50 rather than 3 or 2. Whereas Longtel, they'll pay, the reason why it's premium, they pay extra on the National Broadband Network to make sure that their lanes don't get filled with people. Think of it like a highway and a traffic jam. They have no traffic jams. Also, if you don't have NBN to your house, you can actually get it checked. So check NBN and Google it.
It'll be in the show notes.
Yeah. And so, it'll be in the show notes. You'll be able to just click a link and it'll check. It used to cost $30,000 to get this fibre to your house. It's now free. And I think there's 170,000 houses that can get it connected for free. So it'll be in the show notes. Click the link to see if it's available. Once you get fibre to your house, bro, it's so friggin' crazy. Okay, let's talk about the big news. Ryan Papenhuyzen quits Melbourne Storm. Look, you know what's... I'm not doing the whole told you so thing or whatever, but I'm not surprised. Not even an inch.
I'm surprised.
Really?
I'm shocked. Like I knew he'd leave after this year, but when it hit the Instagram yesterday, I couldn't believe it.
Mate, I was on the run home Wednesday, and I said, I don't think he'll be there 2026.
Wow.
I just, couldn't you feel it? I could just feel it. I don't know what I could just feel like the relationship, whatever was going on there, it just didn't seem to be clicking.
I could feel that, but not for next year. I thought I will sign for one more year. What do you like? I have so many thoughts about this. I don't even know where to start.
I mean, this is absolutely. This is the most. I'm trying to find the right word for it. The most different roads the Storm can go down in maybe 20 years since 2000 and probably 5 or 6. Like, I feel like this is the least clear it's been if you're a Storm fan as to the direction of the club.
Yep.
Yeah, because okay, Munster's gone. Sorry, Munster. There was all this chat about him going. Now he said he's got a contract there. Will he be there in 27? He says he will. So maybe, but there was a lot of talk coming out. There's just a lot of talk. Pappy gone, Nas gone, Tino on the market, Pezzett gone. There's a lot going on. Bellamy, will he go around after 2026 or 7?
That's the big one.
That's a huge one. There's so much going on at that club, and it's like what I will say, and when I speak like this, there are some Storm fans thinking I'm going, they're done. They're done. I'm not saying they're done. I'm just saying these are questions we never had with the Storm. It was, there's very clear what's happening. There's very clear the pecking order and what's going to happen next. Like, even with the Pezzett thing, it was clear he was the next guy up. He was going to beat the Melbourne Storm and he was going to take over from Hughes or Munster or whatever. Now, granted, that didn't work out, and I can understand. I'm not knocking the Storm for the direction they've taken, but there's just so much up in the air at the moment. Kamakamisa potentially moved on.
Yeah.
Christian Wealth, 2 years ago, he's gone. He was a club captain. Harry Grant, he said he's re-signing. I don't think he's going anywhere, but he still is on the market at November 1. Mate, it's a strange time for the Melbourne Storm. Not in again, I'm not saying they're done, it's over. I'm just saying, I've never felt like this with the Melbourne Storm.
I'm with you for all those reasons. And they've made 2 grand finals, which is so weird, even though they've lost both of them. But I don't feel that good about them at the moment, because I don't think they played that good this year, even though they made a grand final. I know that's the craziest.
It's because that shows you the standard we have for the Melbourne Storm, which is a compliment. It really is. I know it sounds shit if a Storm fan hearing that. Yeah. But it is unbelievable. It's a compliment.
Yeah, for sure. But now, with Pappy gone, I'm assuming Fa'alogo is going to be the fullback, but I have a lot of questions about that. What's happening with Munster?
Meany's on the market too.
Meany's on the market. I feel like Munster probably will now stay till the end of 27. I know that's still 2 seasons.
But the thing with the Munster thing that I don't get, so Braithen Astor said, we have never gone to the club and asked for a release, and we've never talked about wanting to go to Perth or whatever. Where did that come from?
Yeah, I have a lot of questions about that.
Yeah, with everything, where did that come from then?
Yeah.
And what's crazy is, although there aren't quotes from Storm saying that he came and did that, there are quotes saying, if we won't stand in his way if he wants to go to Perth. Do you know what I'm saying? Why did they say that if he never approached them?
Yeah.
If he never approached them, they'd be like, I've literally no idea what you're talking about. He's contracted 2027.
Yeah, so true. If you're a player, if you had no idea they were going to go to, hadn't had one discussion about it, and then you got asked that in the media, you wouldn't say, you wouldn't say, look, we love Munster. He's got a contract, but we wouldn't stand in his way. That's where I'm getting a bit and look, Pappy gone, Pezzett gone, Nas gone. Are we witnessing them clearing the books for a rebuild potentially? Or are we witnessing them clearing the books for Tino? Because suddenly Tino solves a lot of problems for me. If Tino goes to the Storm, I know it's a huge hypothetical, but I feel really good about him all of a sudden.
But then the Bellamy thing, if you're Tino, like, you know, granted, if they have spoken to him, but what's weird is he's come out and like walked back a little bit.
And also, Papenhuyzen leaving this year doesn't change what happens in 27 anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe I'll walk that back a bit. Maybe
in saying that, I think there's like some kind of rule with the salary cap where you can kind of like offload to the next year or something. Like the salary cap is not as clear cut. Like it's not as
we were talking about it before with the Titans. Apparently they've
perfect example. So Dave Fifita only had 1 year left, but they put the 250K over 2 years. So like you can actually. So I wonder whether the Storm are looking to go into the next year with a little bit under their cap, so they've got a bit to spend, and that gives them a little bit extra next year potentially. Yeah, again, possibly. I don't know the rules, but I do know there is a bit of a carryover amount or something like that or whatever. As I said, I just don't, like I'm not as far to say I'm worried, but I just don't know how to feel. And I've never not known how to feel about the Storm. That's you know what? That's the key that I was trying to get across. I don't know how to feel. The Storm, out of any club in the competition, I've never had to have that feeling.
Yeah. I actually think I feel the same. I think I've just worded it differently. Because of this uncertainty, that makes me feel worried.
Yeah, because you've never had to feel it with the Storm before.
Like if the Storm are in the grand final, like Storm is still in my top 4 next year. So I'm not, I'm not like, when I say I'm worried about them, I don't think they're going to be bad next year. I'm worried because like I'm so uncertain.
Yeah. Kamikameith could be gone. Nas gone. There's a lot going on there. There's a lot going. The Munster situation, you know, it's strange. The fact that Braithen Astor, he came out a couple of weeks ago and said that they'd never approached anyone about that. So, and then even like, you know, I don't know if it was confirmed or whatever, but there were reports that like the Hughes one was like almost a done deal a couple of years ago. And Braith has come out and said that they were surprised when Hughes did resign, because I think that when there was whispers about Hughes to the Titans, a lot of people poo-pooed and was like, that's not happening. I think they were actually legit.
Yep.
I think they were legit. So, yeah, very, you know, and like even Hughes, like we know how good he is. He's young, but like, are you certain that he is going to be injury-free for the next 2 years? Like, you know, probably. Yeah, crazy times. In regards to, you know, I'd assume Fa'alongo comes in.
Sorry, there's one more, and Wishart looks like he's going to test.
Oh, yeah, and Wishart as well.
Yeah.
Now, granted, and so when I put it all together, I think we are looking at a little bit of a mini. The Storm don't do rebuilds, so I want to make that extremely clear.
Yeah,
they don't do rebuilds. I'm only using the word rebuild so you kind of like get what I'm saying, but they don't do rebuilds. Their Jersey Flag side won the comp.
Yep.
And so I just wonder whether they're going, okay, we got a lot of juniors coming through now that we've never had that, you know, before really. We've had to go out and get the best of the best. We're clearing the decks for the next generation for like 27, 28. And this is the beginning of it. I wonder whether that's what's happening right now.
Probably. But like...
Because when you think about it, like... Yeah, like, again, I spoke about this a couple of weeks ago. The weird thing is the Storm, when it came to Smith, Cronk, Slater, the next up players were extremely clear. Like, it wasn't even like, they're there. Now, granted, I know Croft was supposed to be, you know, Cronk, but they ended up sorting that out. I look at the Storm and I think that it's not really clear who is the next. Like, even a guy like Fa'alongo, who is young and absolutely good enough to play NRL, but he has had a few hammy injuries and stuff like that.
Even, I know this is not even on the same conversation, but like even Harry Grant's backup, Bronson Garlick, last year, like even he's gone.
He's gone. So, so when I look at it, I go, okay, I'd understand if they were bringing people in and they were going heavy into the market, but it probably seems like, look, Tino does seem reasonable, but it seems like to me, you know, with no hard evidence of like what exactly is going on, guys, so this is speculation, it seems to me that they're going, okay, we've got this young group of boys, they've just won Jersey Flag, so we've got gun players coming through. It's going to take a couple of years, but we need to clear the decks a little bit to be able to have space for these guys to come into our top squad.
And I think it's a reasonable point, and why we're so uncertain that we've never seen it before. Because you're right, like Storm haven't had these pathways ever. Like they only brought I think they called the Victorian Thunderbolts in, SG Ball, Harold Matts, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago. Like, so now they've like all these established pathways. So Yeah, something we haven't seen before down in Melbourne.
Yeah, I think that, maybe they took a little bit away from what Penrith have done. Because although Storm have been the benchmark for 20 years, they haven't won 4 in a row and been in 5 grand finals. What Penrith have done, yes, okay, does it not have the weight of time? It doesn't necessarily have the weight of time compared to Storm, but what it does have is it's never been done before. So you'd be a bit crazy not to go, we can take something from that. And what is that? It is having incredible juniors. Really, the Penrith Panthers built this on being patient and bringing the juniors through. That's what they built it through.
If Storm have incredible juniors, the rest of the comp can look out.
Right, I said the Penrith Panthers essentially right now are the Storm, but with good juniors.
Yeah.
I'm not taking anything away from what Penrith did, but I'm saying they're an incredibly well-run organisation with access to some of the best juniors in the competition. The Storm always have had to have an uphill battle, essentially getting the scraps from every club and turning them into goats. Now, if they can keep doing that, and I do actually think there's a big Polynesian base in Melbourne at the moment as well that they can kind of draw from, or at least give them an opportunity if they do want to play a league. So yeah, that is a scary thing. Right now, we're talking about being confused and unsure. However, Storm with juniors,
oh jeez, far longer. He's from Melbourne.
They might never lose a freaking premiership. Honestly, far out. Okay. Look, what I will say, I trust Storm to guide themselves through this.
Definitely.
I am super interested. We don't know what's going to happen after Bellamy. Will they be as good without Bellamy? Maybe, maybe not. However, I trust them as an administration to get the best out of what they have. You know what I'm saying? Whereas other administrations, I just don't trust for that to happen. I trust them to bungle it, to change things. Whereas the Storm one, I go, there may not be another Craig Bellamy waiting in the wings. However, whoever they do pick, it'll be the best of the bunch and they'll get the best out of them, Because their administration is just second to none.
Well, I said I'm worried about them. I'm still picking for top 4. So
yeah, they're definitely top 4 for me next year. They really are. And they can win a comp. The only, I guess, thing against them in my mind is, just what are the chances of getting to 3 grand finals in a row? And I understand Penrith have done 5, but that's an anomaly. That's not normal. Yeah, that's not normal. What's normal is the chance of getting the 3 grand finals, something happens usually. Someone gets injured or a moment happens where you get knocked out in the finals or whatever. So now in regards to Pappy, where he's going to end up, look, I'd have to assume rugby 360, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You'd have to assume rugby 360. Now there were whispers that if it's not that, he'll go play rugby somewhere else. Interesting that he's made it happen this quick though. Surely if you're from Pappy's side, you're waiting until you are 1,000,000% certain that the rugby 360 thing's going to happen. So the only thing I could, and we haven't really heard that rugby 360, yes, we've got vague, but we don't have teams really yet, dates, starting dates. I don't think so, unless there is.
No. We've got a general October.
Yeah, general ideas of how it's going to be, but we don't have, okay guys, here's the start date, here's the teams, here's the contract. You know what I mean? We don't really, and maybe they have to have that and they just haven't done a press release. So I can only assume that the Storm were if you're going to go, it has to be now because we need time, potentially. Because otherwise it doesn't make sense that he goes this early if rugby 360 is not ready.
Maybe he's thinking, no matter what, he's getting older, his body's, he suffered one of the worst injuries we've ever seen. And maybe
one of the great stories, Pappy.
Oh, really?
It really is. I know, I still think he's a good fullback in the NRL. I really do.
I think he's a very good fullback.
Would I put him in the top tier? Can he play top tier footy? Yes, he can play top tier footy. Has he played it this year? No. In the back end, he was a little bit down, but he wasn't. I don't think he was bad by any stretch. He was just down. There were some games where he was bad, but at most games he was solid.
But I'm thinking maybe his backup is, all right, if rugby 360 doesn't go through, then I'll just go play Japanese rugby for 16 weeks a year or something like that for more money.
Mate, are you telling me right now, if he went to the Dogs and said, I want 500K to be your fullback?
I'm more thinking of preserving his body because he could play rugby for way longer and get the bag.
That's fair. But even if let's say no rugby comp wants him, because he doesn't, has he played much rugby?
Yeah, I don't know. I know he went to a rugby high school.
Yeah, okay.
I think. Pretty sure.
Yeah. So, I guess what I would say is that although it is pulling the trigger quite early, let's say rugby 360 falls over and he can't get a rugby deal, I reckon there are clubs that would pick him up for 500-600K easy.
I read on Code Sports that who was it? It was Riccio that wrote it. Apparently, a couple of CEOs have already rang him to say, is he available?
That's where I'm like, I don't think he's going to have trouble finding a club. I don't.
No.
It'll just be you're probably not going to get your 900 Ks that you're probably expecting. In regards to Pappy, like it's just an incredible journey. Like to think what this guy's been through. You add on the fact that he was always told he was too small. Clive Churchill, premiership winner, great bloke. It's an incredible story about resilience, toughness, but also just a gun footy player. And should have played Origin. He should have been
picked game, I'm going to say 2020 game 3. He should have been picked.
On the bench as a utility.
And like not being a hindsight hero.
He got knocked out.
Teddy
we did talk about it.
Yeah, Teddy gets knocked. So basically the Blues ran with 4 forwards on the bench instead of having utility for a reason that I don't know, because normally they do go with the utility, but I think it was Nathan Brown they picked. And yeah, again, I don't want to be a hindsight hero, but Teddy gets knocked out. And I think Gutho, who was playing centre, had to move to fullback, and then Isaiah Yeo moved to centre, and it was just a shambles from there, and that was in the decider. So it would have been good to have Pappy on the bench then, but yeah, he deserved to play Origin. Like he just won the comp, because I think it was after the season. He just won the Clive. So yeah, it's a bit sad that he never played Origin. To be honest though, like he's not going to play Origin now if he stays. I don't think so.
Even this year when he was actually playing mad at the start of the year, like no one even spoke about him.
No, yeah.
And it's just one of those weird things where sometimes you get hot in the media, and because he was gun at the start of the year, killing it.
Well, before his injury, you remember better than anyone. People were saying he should be the Blues fullback over Teddy.
Yeah, absolutely. So, incredible, great bloke, incredible career of resilience and toughness, and also greatness. It's going to be interesting to see where he lands. Guys, don't forget, Sportsbet, give us a follow on the feed. Melbourne Cup's coming up. So there's going to be some cool stuff on the Sportsbet app come up to Melbourne Cup. I've got a bunch of bets on there at the moment, some anytimes in regards to, you know what, I'll read me anytime for the Australia match, Australia versus England. I'm going, this is paying 96, at least when I put it on. I'm going Angus Crichton anytime, Hudson Young anytime, Harry Green anytime, Tony Staggs anytime, $96.
Didn't want to put an Englishman in there?
Nah. Nope.
$96. That's very good.
For this game where we, new coach, the edges are so brittle. We saw what happened with Crichton. Harry Grant, he can dart over any time. Tony Staggs, $96. I know it's a small chance of happening, but I don't mind it. Give us a follow on the feed. You can copy that bet. And as I said, the Melbourne Cup is coming up, so there'll be some cool stuff on there. Outside of that, Matt, shout out to Aussie Footy Shorts as well. Go to Aussie Footy Shorts website, grab your footy shorts today. Footy shorts with pockets are best in the biz. Keaon Koloamatangi says at this stage he's heading to the open market on a November 1 to test his value. He says hopefully him and South can work something out. Funny, we spoke about this last week.
On Tuesday, literally a few days ago.
Yeah, sorry. Tuesday, a few days ago. I just think he's going to get offered too much elsewhere.
Yeah, he deserves it as well. He seems like a new franchise player.
Yeah.
I hate it. As a South fan, I want him to stay. I want him to win a comp with South.
He just can't. Mascot junior. Cam Murray rightfully is getting $1 million.
Yep.
You can't pay two blokes $1 million.
I mean, Latrell's on heaps. If Keaon gets offered $1 million to go to Perth or something, I'll be just like you with Payne Haas, pack your bags. I'll be like, that's all right, pack your bags. Thank you for what you've done, because he put South on his back this year and last year, Keaon. So it's I hate it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, and you want to see him. You want to see him earn that money. They've earned the right to get that money. It stings a bit more when it's like a player that you kind of feel hasn't really was given an incredible opportunity and life is good and getting paid well. And then they just go, nah, I'm out of here. And it's I respect their right to be able to do it, obviously. As long as they're not releasing from contracts. Even when they are releasing from a contract, obviously I'm not going to hold it against them forever. Whereas a guy like Keaon, it's like, nah, I think you've done your time, mate. You similar to Payne Haas, obviously he won a premiership, but similar, even before that, I was like, if this big offer comes, I want you to take it because I want you to be happy.
Especially when you really think about it, heard a good saying the other day, the only people in rugby league that are loyal to the fans, right? Which is true.
Yeah.
If Keaon had a bad year, or let's not say Keaon, if a player had a bad year, a club would just brush him anyway.
I always think of it like this. Let's say you take unders your whole career to stay at a club and the fans are like, we love you, you're the best, thank you so much. I've never seen a fan be so thankful they helped the player with their bills after their career.
Yeah.
I honestly, not that I expect that. I'm just saying, like, if let's say a player turns around and goes, "Oh, hey, fan base, like, I took massive unders my whole career to play for this team. Is it all good if you all chip in, to make that money up after my career? Can you all chip in?" Like, they get laughed out of the fucking room.
Yeah.
I mean, on an even deeper level, to be honest, like, yeah, okay, they get the random person here that comes up and says hi and thank you, whatever, but most people forget, they're not, so it's a tough balance though, because then the flip side of that is like, yes, that is true. However, the fans do pay their wages, even if they are getting paid unders. The fans do pay the wages, so it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Day for Fifita, mate. Locked in. Thoughts?
Very happy.
Left edge. Thoughts of that?
Yeah. Now that I think about it, like I saw a couple of people commented on the YouTube video, and it wasn't a bad point at all. Like, why would you pay a guy so much money to play on the bench? And I was like, I guess so. I think I'd like him to start on the bench. I'd love to see the 1-2 punch, him and Cheese, come on. I think the South's left edge, it's like Cody Walker kind of uses that left edge player as a decoy a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm scared that he might be a little wasted, but that's me looking glass half empty. Glass half full, that could be the best edge in the comp.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Well, first of all, look, I understand, why would you pay someone that much money? Like, I strongly disagree with that way of thinking. You shouldn't be paying someone like, why are you paying them that much money? You shouldn't be paying them to be like, well, if I'm paying you this much, you've got to pay players most minutes as possible. What you should be saying is, I'll pay whatever I need to pay to increase our chances of winning every single game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if the chances are he plays 40 minutes and we're a substantially better team because he's playing 40 minutes, that's worth it. Let's say I'll take the example to the extreme. Let's say when he plays on an edge, you lose every game. He comes off the bench 1 minute a game and you win every game, but you pay him $1 million. Which one's more valuable to the club?
Yeah, you just want the dubs.
You want the dub.
Yeah.
And so I've never ever understood this idea of like, we better play him because we're paying him $1 million. It's like,
yeah, true.
Like what does that even mean? Like what? Okay,
to that point, I think we're a better team with you and Aiken and Talis Duncan as starting edges and then Fifita on the bench. I think that's a better team.
I do too.
Because what else are you going to do? You're going to put, I guess you put you and Aiken on the bench. Like, what's you and Aiken going to do off the bench? Like, he does his best work playing on the edge for 80 minutes.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
But it seems like he's going to play on the edge, so I don't know. I wouldn't mind him coming through the middle or just doing whatever, to be honest.
It'll be interesting. At the end of the day, he at his best, I think at the moment we're looking at him like, okay, he hasn't played his best footy this year, but him at his best on the edge, playing 80 minutes, I think we're all assuming he's not, you know what I mean? Like he might not play at his best. Him playing his best footy on the edge, he's better than Duncan and he's better than you. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So I think that's probably tainting our thought process a little bit where we're assuming that he's going to have to ease into his best footy. Or, you know what? We're worried about him not playing his best footy.
Yeah, that's fair.
So if you said, okay, David Fifita is going to come down and he's going to play his best footy, would we say he's on the bench? We probably wouldn't. We'd probably say he'd be on the edge.
Exactly right.
So maybe that's how Wayne's looking at it.
Fair enough.
Whereas I say off the bench into the middle because I think that it might take time to get him back to that best footy. And also, I'm not fully confident he's going to be back to his best. You know what I mean? Like, I think that the less complicated you make his role initially, at least, the better he's probably going to play. Now, that might be a bad way of thinking because as a coach, you've got to be thinking, I'm going to get the best out of this player.
True.
Like, that's literally what a coach's job is. So I get it. I do get it. I just, if you said the reason why we're thinking about playing him on the edge is because we think we're going to get the best out of him, that makes more sense than we need to play him on the edge because we're paying him so much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited for. It's cool to see him in the colours for sure. Rabbitohs colours.
It's a stacked team now.
No, it's just, to be honest, and I don't want to put too much pressure on him because I really like Frizzy's a legend, great bloke, but it really just it lies on his shoulders. Like he has to play a solid year. Him or Bud Sullivan. If they don't, that will be the weak point.
Definitely, yeah.
Whereas there's nowhere else.
Everything else is proven experience.
Even if you lose a couple in injury, you're still going to be solid. So,
and that's the other big one. Like Fifita was obviously injured all year, which I think has tainted people as well. Like he has been injured this year. I know he hasn't played his best last couple of years, but just South has been so decimated, and there has to be something that's gone wrong. So I'm just praying they fix it.
Yeah.
I'm just praying they fix it.
Hope so. Shout out to my boy Lukey, Aspley Mazda. If you're looking for a car, get into Aspley Mazda, guys. Best in the biz. You know the drill. You know the drill. Give Lukey a follow. Shoot him a message if you need a car. We're gonna have some. I'm pretty sure he's got some specials coming up. I'll have a chat to him next week, so I'll let you know about those specials. But give him a follow. Shoot him a message. Even if you're not going to buy from him, give him a follow and shoot him a message because he does like giveaways. Or, like I think last year he gave away like 4 or 5 cars on his Instagram that had nothing to do with bloke. So he does that stuff regularly, but you've got to be following him to be in the draw to do it. So give him a follow, LDC_01, legend of a bloke. You will not be regret it. And even if it's not a Mazda, I would strongly recommend it being a Mazda from Aspley Mazda, but he can direct you in the right way. I told the story last week of how like when I bought a car, I spent like, honestly, fucking weeks like watching reviews, whereas he's in the know.
Also, quickly, shout out to Reynolds. New book.
Oh, yeah, we didn't say it. New book, Reno. Some of these quotes.
Oh, they're
juicy.
Spicy.
They're juicy, baby. That's what I like.
He said, I think we discussed this when we went to Melbourne the other day. I think he came out a few months ago and said that it was going to be a bit spicy, which is weird because Reynolds is usually so reserved and calm. And
he's done a whole career of it, really.
Yeah.
Like people have had a lot to say about him and he has always just, kept low and done his thing.
Even like when he, when he went to the Broncos, left South, that was one of the biggest stories of the year.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest stories in the club's history.
And he was very respectful about it and didn't really go into detail about it.
Well, because I haven't read the book yet, and I'm going to fang it to the...
it's out now, guys. Yeah. Go out and get Reynolds' book.
I'll be there on the weekend to get it, but I can't wait to read about it because I actually don't really know how he feels about it, to be honest. Because he's always just watered down his comments and being so calm and respectful.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, there's been some spicy articles coming out.
Let's talk about Adam Reynolds though, because is he the most underrated half of this generation? I say yes, and I say it firmly.
Yeah, I would. I tell you why I hesitated because I don't underrate him at all.
Yeah,
and I never have.
But he never many years after a couple of Origin performances he didn't ever get brought up. He doesn't get talked about as a superstar 7 like other guys.
Well, okay, to answer your question, yes, because he played 2 Origins.
Yeah,
and Adam Reynolds should have played more than 2 Origins.
Yeah, and also answer me this.
Okay.
Right now, and I'm doing this on the spot, so we're going to work through it. Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay.
Since Cronk, which 7 has a better resume than Adam Reynolds? Club resume.
Since Cronk? Mm-hmm. Oh, Cleary.
Okay, yep. But he's a GOAT, yep.
Okay.
But he's not underrated, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, got you, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, it's Nathan Cleary, he's a GOAT. Cooper Cronk's a GOAT.
Yeah.
Adam Reynolds, you wouldn't even, put him in the top tier, some people wouldn't.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you got Nathan Cleary, you got Nathan Cleary, Cronk. Who has a better resume than since Cronk?
Since 2020? Or since...
Mate, honestly, you could probably go back further.
Well, if you go back further...
Take Cronk out, take Cleary out. Talk about the last 10 years in regards to halfback resumes.
Yeah. The one that came to mind was Hughes because he won the comp and won the Dally M.
He's got a better club. He's got a better club resume than Hughes. Taking you could go obviously the Dally M for sure, but at the moment he has a better resume.
Yeah, definitely because he's made how many grand finals? He's made 4 now. Adam Reynolds, 4 grand finals,
maybe 5 even. But yeah, we'll say 4 grand finals, lost 2, won 2.
And I think 12 prelim, 13 prelim, 14 prelim, 18 prelim, 19 prelim, 20 prelim, 21 grand
That's
final.
Melbourne Storm-esque, in regards to how often he makes a prelim.
23 grand final, 25 premiers. So I didn't count, but that was a lot. That's a lot of prelim.
Mate, that's a lot of... And also, yes, the Rabbitohs made a prelim after he left. 1 prelim, did they?
1 prelim.
But outside, since that, though, they've struggled.
We haven't played a finals game.
Yeah, haven't played a finals game, yeah. And granted, I know, injuries, blah, 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 I get all that. However, I promise you that if a lot of Rabbitohs fans could go back to the moment when they were making the choice about who they should let go, I reckon a lot of Rabbitohs fans would have had him 4th or 5th in the pecking order in regards to importance to the team. I reckon if you take him back now with hindsight, they'd probably put him at number 1.
Probably. Yeah, I reckon they would.
And Latrell, is a better player, on his day. And you could even say Cody Walker is. However,
it's funny, Cody was the one that came to mind first, purely because that is a hindsight thing. Because in 2021, Cody was almost the best player.
Again, we're talking about individually, Cody Walker. You'd select him or Trello, whatever. But in regards to what the club needed,
Yeah.
was a 7 that would just gone around the park. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, because what have we seen since Adam Reynolds has left?
It's like, fuck, it's struggle. Like, yes, you could chuck Jackie Whiten into 6. He's not Cody Walker, but you're probably going to do a little bit better because you've got the 7 in Renault there.
Yeah.
And so I just reckon you look at Adam Reynolds and he's the most underrated half of the last probably decade, I'd say.
Well, even Trell. Like, Trell's not even going to play fullback next year.
Yeah, be in the centres.
So, yeah, I'm with you. Because I wanted to say yes immediately. I just needed to check myself. But I reckon definitely.
Yeah, again, like I'd love to discuss it in the comment section, guys. Obviously, relax, keep it respectful as always. But yeah, the more I've thought about it since everything has happened and he won the grand final, and I know some people are kind of trying to lie and hang on a sec, he got injured in the grand final. It's like, bro, his kick got them to the grand final. Spare me that nonsense. He came to the Broncos. They were a wooden spoon club. And yes, I get, look at all the guns around him. It doesn't matter. They had guns when they won the spoon. They've now gone into 2 grand finals and won one.
Yeah, he's the halfback. Like, what are you talking about?
Like, guys, come on. Yes, okay. Was he ripping in the grand final? Was Payne Haas, he was ripping, but was he as good as the week before? No. Was Benny Hunt as good as the week before that as well? So I just think Adam Reynolds is super underrated. I think that he probably should have played more Origins. I think that we're only now kind of realising the importance of his style of footy. I think, he's a lot closer to a Cleary than he is, say, like another Sam Walker kind of half, It just incredible kicking game, gets people around the park. He's been in the NRL since 2012. He's made a prelim 10 of those times. So he's got out of 12 years, 10 prelims.
Oh, sorry, it's 14 years. So 2012, 14 years.
I don't put him in the tier of the Cronk or the Clear or anything like that. However, I think he's super underrated. I think that Broncos fans, because we got to go from spoon to grand final, I think a lot of Broncos fans are going to remember him extremely fondly because they're like, mate, you literally changed his club around.
Yeah.
Literally changed the club.
After the grand final, my first thought was, he should just retire. But now I'm thinking, what if they go back to back? And what would that do for his legacy?
What I think the 2025 grand final win has done for his legacy has forced guys like us to have these conversations.
Definitely.
Hang on a sec. This bloke's been in 4 grand finals, won 2 of them, and been in 10 prelims out of 14 years. And he's done it at multiple clubs.
Yeah. That's the other thing.
Yeah. It's not like he just got stuck into a good side and granted, I know that on paper Broncos are good, but it's still 2 different clubs.
When he debuted in 2012, South had made 1 finals series in 18 years. And in that finals series, they came 8th and got knocked out week 1. He took them to a prelim week. It wasn't just him. It was Inglis and Burgess and Madge as well. But he was the halfback.
There is a, what's the word again?
Intangible?
No, there's a constant in all this.
A constant, yes. Common denominator.
There's a common denominator in all this. Yes, okay, there are guns around him. However, Reynolds is always there.
Hey, Inglis and Burgess were there in 2011. They didn't make the finals then.
Crazy, eh? So, yeah, I think at least in the last decade, I would say he's the most underrated Club 7.
Underrated Club 7. I'm with you.
So I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comment section. His book is out now. He actually released a quote. There's some quotes from it. This is on Gordy. Adam Reynolds. I have a lot of respect for Gordy in terms of what he did in the game, but the regular attacks on me became a bit boring. For a bloke who was meant to be a Gold Coast Titans ambassador, he sure spent a lot of time discussing the Broncos. If he loves the Broncos so much, why not come back and help them? Whew.
That's spicy.
Spicy, baby.
So I just got to check myself. It was actually 9 prelims, not 10.
Okay, 9. Okay.
Still a lot.
Still, again, we're talking. The key is an underrated. Anyway. Yeah.
That's a spicy comment, and I got to say, it's fair. It's a measured reply, and it makes sense.
I think as well, and it's could be. I am in Gordy's position right now. I'm in the media. I'm talking about players Gordy's had his opinion on Renault, and Renault's allowed to have his opinion back on Gordy. I think it's a fair that Gordy Renault has his opinion on it. And what's crazy is there's some subtle jabs here or there, but in Renault style, he does it's still pretty classy. He's not being a dick about it.
That's what I like about it.
Yeah.
It's a classy and measured and calm response, which is Like, it's funny how like we say, oh, you know, you're supposed to not judge players like personality on how they play on the field. Yep. He's actually a rare anomaly where his calm and measuredness on the field is actually who he is in real life.
Yep, absolutely. Other stories in the book are him talking about his wife struggling with substance addiction, which is like so brave for them to put that in. Jeez, that's brave. And it will help so many people.
Yeah.
It'll help so many people. And I know that's like a bit of a cliche to say these days of like, oh, it helps all these people. And yeah, I understand. Like some people, you know, do like use this kind of stuff just to get attention. Like clearly this is not that. And so I really do think it's going to help a lot of people. So I got a tremendous respect for him that they had the guts, the guts to come out and talk so public about it. So it's going to be a great book, guys. Make sure to go in and get it. We'll add it to our glory wall.
Yeah, sweet. Yep.
Man, the internet's a wild place these days. You know what? Let's do an algo check.
Okay.
What's your algo looking like at the moment?
Well, I'm being absolutely smashed because I'm going to Bali at the end of the year. I booked Finn's Beach Club, which everyone does. And now I can't stop being fed different like beach clubs from Bali trying to like tell me to to book a day at their thing.
Wow, okay.
Now I don't know which one's good. Like I know Finn's is good because I've been there, but now I don't know which one to go to.
Oh, yeah, because you're going to Bali, aren't you?
I'm going to Bali end of the year.
Wow, are you excited?
Well, I'm going to Thailand first, which is so it's my sister's hens and my future brother-in-law's, I guess.
Is he a dog or is he a good bloke?
He's a legend.
Legend?
Yeah, he's super switched on, super smart. Like
cashed up.
He makes good cash.
you ever go, bro? Just fucking slip us something.
He's also 2 years younger than me. So.
Oh really?
Yeah, nah, he's legend. But no,
you'd be like, hey, listen, mate. You know, you can be like the gangsters where they go into shops and say, listen, you can pay me for protection. You know? So you do anything, if you pay me and you do anything wrong and my sister comes to me, I might speak positively about it, but you don't pay me, I might have to say some negative things about you.
Yeah, that's something to think about.
Just saying, bro.
But I go to Thailand for a week, in a few weeks, which would be good. But then, going to Bali at the end of the year, which I'm pretty keen for.
Mate, you know what? Last week, I wanted to shut the internet down.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Why?
Okay, so there's an app called Grok, and it's like an AI app. And I was like, I'll download this and, ask it stuff and whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's the AI that's Elon's, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's Elon's.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't know. I just was like, I saw some dude talking on it and asking the questions. Like, oh, that's cool. I might check it out. Anyway, so I asked it a few questions and I was like, just impressed by it all. And like, granted, I've been aware of like, you can have conversations with the AI or whatever, like, and it's impressive. So I've been aware of it. But anyway, there's this feature. It's I don't know. You click like video or something like that, and it said girlfriend mode, and I was like, oh, how good, like. Oh, how cool. Like I'll put a picture of my wife in it and there might be like this cool little video that I can put on my phone when I open it or something. Like I was just thinking that because it's called girlfriend mode, I was thinking like there's going to be something cool that I can have on my phone of my wife. Anyway, so I put the picture in. Bro, I can't remember the last time I was this angry.
Oh no.
And I mean like ready to kill someone angry. Red, like genuinely blood boiling seeing red. So I put the picture in, press the button. Bro, so her face starts moving. Then some random dude's hands are like go to hug her. So I'm watching a picture of her and these random hands come across to hug her. And I was like, what the fuck? Quickly like deleted it. I was like, get this fucking shit out of here. I was like, what the fuck is this feature?
That is not where I expected that to go.
I was
what
like,
the hell?
That's what I mean. That's like, if it had done something like weird, I would, okay, sicko, weird, like, okay, that's fucking gross and weird. I didn't expect it. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Deleted it immediately.
That, like, for some reason, that's way more offensive.
Yeah. And it's just like, you couldn't see the like head or whatever, but just some like, and I'm assuming the girlfriend mode is that you're pretending you're that guy giving her a hug.
Oh, okay. I get you.
I guess.
Yeah. Because my initial thought when I reacted to what you said, I thought it was the bot pretends to be your missus or something.
Yeah.
And I guess in a way it kind of is.
I don't know. All I know is I thought I was going to get a cool like video of like your girlfriend saying like, have a great day or, just a cool video of my wife that just would be cool to see when I open my phone or some shit. Like, I don't know. And I wasn't even thinking about that much because if I want to get that, I'll just fucking ring her. And say, but I was just like, oh, cool. You see girlfriend, you think of your wife, you're like, oh, I wonder if it's going to be this fun thing for my wife that I can have on my phone. And maybe I can send it to her and we can have a little laugh. Bro, I was fucking...
That's weird. That's really strange.
Fucking... Honestly.
You're doomed.
I was like... I cannot express how angry I was. I was like ready to kill some guy. Because like you're seeing something that as a, you know, you don't want to see that shit.
No, you don't.
I don't want to fucking see. And granted, like she would say hi to dudes all the time and, you know, kiss them on the cheek or whatever. But it was the weirdness of the AI thing that made me rage.
It's weirdly offensive.
More offensive. That's what I'm saying. Because it's fucking AI. It's like, whereas like if she met the boys and whatever and like, you know, hey, kiss on the cheek or whatever. Or, I just like, yeah, it's normal. I'm not a fucking psycho weirdo that's like, oh, fucking, no one's allowed to touch my wife. But it was the offensiveness of the AI nature of like the assumption of, oh, fuck, man, made me so angry. Anyway, so AI is fucking done. Turn the internet off. Honestly, I reckon if there was a switch that said the internet, I would have switched it off right in that moment and said, fucking done. I never want to see this shit again.
How did you, because you said you were angry, like, because you just on your phone. What did you do?
Well, I deleted the fucking whole app. I was like, get me out of this shit. Fucking, mate, I couldn't believe it. So anyway, that was my algo chat for the week. It's just... AI is going to take over. AI is stealing our misses. That's what's going to happen. We're getting our misses stolen by AI. And that is not what everyone keeps talking about, like, oh, I'm going to lose my job. Mate, you're not only going to lose your job, you're going to lose your bloody wife too.
You're going to lose your girlfriend, your fiance, your
everything
wife.
To AI. So fucking stop it. Stop AI immediately. I never want to see that shit again. Okay, on to the next topic. Origin in New Zealand, brought to you by Good Day. Go to begoodhealth.com.au. Grab your Good Day multivitamin. It's in a satchel, put it in a bag, in a bottle, shake it up, have a drink, and you get your daily vitamin. They've also got rehydration. 8 out of 10 people are dehydrated in Australia.
In Australia, yeah.
begoodhealth.com.au. Use code DMP for 10% off. Subscription, you get 20% off. Okay, Origin New Zealand. New Zealand has agreed to host Origin 27. New Zealand government reportedly pay $5 million for it. The kickoff time is being discussed. They've got to start earlier for everyone involved. There's no, like, as in, for New Zealanders,
Well, an 8 o'clock kickoff here, which it normally is, that'd be a 10 p.m. kickoff over there. So it just
I wouldn't, like, I know that it's going to be hard because of ratings or whatever. I would love a fucking 6:30 kickoff. I'm being straight up and down.
They had a 6:30 kickoff on Sundays only a few years ago. I don't know why they can't go back to that.
Yeah, like, I don't want to, because like the thing with Origin, especially game 3, but both games, is like most people, it's the very rare game where a lot of people stay for the after game analysis and the partying or the comments and the, like, whereas most people in a normal club game match finishes, gone.
Yep.
That's it. I'm doing my next thing. Origin, most people keep watching because there's always some kind of drama.
Definitely.
Like, there's always something. And so if you do that, though, you're getting at like 11:30. Shit. It gets to like 11:30, whereas at 6. So I reckon they've just got to do it earlier. And I just, you know, if you're gonna go to New Zealand, if you're gonna make this huge commitment, and it is a risky call too because it's state of origin, go all the way.
Exactly. Yeah.
Go all the way. Don't half-ass it and be like, yeah, we're kicking off at 9 o'clock at night. Go all the way. Give them an 8 o'clock kickoff, which would be 6 o'clock our time.
I think it's 2 hours. Yeah.
Just give it to them. Like, if we're going to do it, let's lean all the way in. I'm pretty sure that Aussies can find a way to watch it from 6 o'clock. You know, if you have to have a sick day or whatever, or, you know, I know there might be people that I don't know, that 2 hours is going to affect them, but surely if you're aware of it coming, like it's going to be at that time at 6 o'clock, surely you can like plan ahead and say to your work, you know, 6 months out, literally 6 months out, hey, on this Wednesday, can I leave 2 hours early?
Yeah, the draw gets put out months in advance.
Yeah, and look, I understand it, you know, it's different for everyone because everyone's got different jobs and they need to work those hours to pay their bills. I get it, I really do. But like, at least in Australia, they should anyway. I know a lot of businesses don't, but most businesses, if you give them this much notice, they'll give you an hour. You can leave an hour early.
Yeah.
And it can be taken from your sick days or whatever it is.
Well, I just think, I agree with all that. I think the NRL's seen opportunity in New Zealand that rugby union's kind of weirdly struggling and the Warriors have sold out 28 of 31 home games. I've made that set up, but it's something like that. Like, rugby league is thriving in New Zealand. And I reckon that's probably going to be the 20th team. And it
will be... like the energy in there will be crazy. They've never had it before, and like, you know, huge Polynesian community in New Zealand as well. We saw what the Samoa Tonga was like, and we've seen England versus Tonga and New Zealand. Remember that? We'll never forget that. The atmosphere will be crazy. Look, I'll be totally honest. I've changed my mind on this. So if you had asked me this maybe even a year ago, but I'll say 2 years ago, I would have said, nah, it's state of origin, keep it in Australia. That's where it's supposed to be. We already give too much away by sending it to Perth, because I think that in a perfect world where I didn't have to think about game growth or anything like that, it should be Brisbane, Sydney, Brisbane. Or
You would say that as a
but you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Two in,
it alternates.
Yeah, 2 in New South Wales, 2 in Queensland. So Suncorp, Accor, Suncorp, or Accor, Suncorp, Accor.
Yeah,
that's what it should be, in my opinion. If we don't have to worry about the game growing, but the thing is, we do have to worry about the game growing. If you're not growing, you're going to die. It's that simple. Especially, it's the crown of our jewel, and also it's a very rare product that suits the modern zeitgeist of content. Where what I mean by that is that now as a game, we have to compete against Netflix. 20 years ago, all you had to compete against was other sports, because everything was just on a time slot on a TV. Now, I can watch anything I want, anytime, anywhere. So I'm competing against any content, anywhere, anytime, essentially. Now, I understand the live nature of sport changes that a little bit, but you get what I'm saying. And so with Origin, a lot of content that gets consumed on the internet is like high energy, crazy drama, super interesting and engaging. That's exactly what Origin is. And so I just think that we've got this great product that can connect us to the next generation. Let's use it. Let's use the crown in our jewel to grow the game. And I agree with it going to New Zealand. And there's a fairness part of it as well. Like, the Kiwis have given us so much footy. Like, they really, really have. Like, if we didn't have New Zealand,
we wouldn't have a game. They saved us in COVID.
Like, in COVID, they saved us. But even there's stories that go back a very, very long time ago about things that New Zealand have done for rugby league in this country. And also, think about, just from a purely think about how much Kiwi players have given the actual game of rugby league. Think about how much they've shaped it. You look at a guy like Benji Marshall, genuinely changed the game. Sonny Bill, genuinely, generational impact game. Kalen Ponga, I know he played for Queensland and Australia, whatever, but he's also Kiwi as well, genuinely impacted the game. Reece Walsh, also multi-heritage. You know what I'm saying? So there is a part of me that says, let's also remember that. The Kiwi people have been so instrumental in the growth of rugby league since its inception. And although we have a Kiwi side in the competition, which is great, and we play the Kiwis and all that, which is all great. However, they also, if the game didn't get as big as it did with their support, we wouldn't have the funds to have created Origin the way we have. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that even on that kind of playing field, we owe the Kiwis a little bit, because although State of Origin is an Australian thing, would rugby league be as big as it is without Kiwis? No, it wouldn't be. It just wouldn't.
It's funny, you say Origin is an Australian thing, and it is. I don't see it as an Australian thing. I see it as a New South Wales and Queensland thing. And in my opinion, Origin in New Zealand makes way more sense than Origin in Adelaide.
Okay.
And also, back to the two...
This is back to the eligibility debate as well, too, I think.
Probably, yeah. Back to the other thing, and I did used to think that it should be 2 in Queensland and 1 in Sydney and vice versa. But now, since we've stopped doing that, I actually think having a neutral ground is good.
Is more fair.
Yeah, it's just completely fair every year.
Yeah.
So I don't see any downside to this, to be honest. In fact, I think this is one of the best decisions they've made in a long time.
Yeah. I think it's going to be an absolute success. The Kiwis are going to turn out in absolute droves. But as I said, a few years ago, when I probably hadn't thought about it deeply enough, I was like, no, it's an Australian thing. See, I'm the opposite. The way I see Queensland, New South Wales, it's almost saying, I live in, this street, Smith Street, that's in this suburb, but it's not important that it's in this suburb. You know what I mean? And that's why I see Queensland, New South Wales, that they are Australia. They are in Australia. It is important they're in Australia. However, that's, we've had this debate.
Well, my missus is from Victoria and she gets behind Origin. So that is a good point.
But again, if your argument is it's an Australian thing, so therefore it shouldn't leave the country. And granted, I would make that argument 2 years ago. The response I would have to you, we would say, is would the game be where it is without the Kiwis? Would Origin be where it is without the input from New Zealand? Probably not.
No.
Probably not. And you can even talk about the most obvious things, like the Kiwi players that have chosen to play for Queensland and then Australia after it. So the more I look at it, the more I think about it, the more I go, you know what? Like, it makes sense.
I will say as well, that's where I'm stopping. I'm not taking Origin on the circus to Vegas or anything like that.
No way. No way. Like, there's a connection there. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Kiwis have played in Origin. Like, it's, yeah. So, yeah, I think it's great. I can't wait for it. I think that game, the atmosphere is going to be actually insane. It's going to be interesting to see. I reckon there's going to be more Queensland fans.
I think so.
The more Kiwis I meet, they're usually Queensland fans.
It's funny that everyone goes to Queensland because they're the underdog.
And I think like New Zealand probably relate a little bit more to Queensland because they're the underdog a lot of the time too. They're a small nation that is always going up against it. So, yeah, it's, mate, I can't wait. Happy for the Kiwis too.
Yeah.
We've already spoken about global round, but South and St Helens have put their hands up to play in Hong Kong in 2027. Geez, that's exciting, to be honest. When you hear that, you're like, oh shit, that's actually pretty freaking cool.
I went to Hong Kong 2019 when I went to China as well. And I went to Happy Valley Racecourse, which is just...
They love it over there, eh?
Oh, it is a different universe over there. Hong Kong's one of the best places. I love going there.
Okay, so Tino's come out and I think he's responding to like articles about he's gone, potentially. Now, granted, we've already spoken about this. When we say I think he's gone, it's just like we're speculating. It's an opinion. We're not saying I have spoken to someone in his camp that says he is gone. We're purely speculating. Anyway, so he's come out and said, obviously, I really want to be at the Titans. And I think I've said this before. I want to see improvement there and want to start winning there, he said. That's what I want to see. So that was really interesting to me because I think again, guys, this is speculation. We're just getting these quotes, and I think I did see him say it. So anyway, I think what that says is I don't think he's going to sign with anyone until he sees how the Titans start the season. That's what that says to me, rather than I'm ready to go now kind of thing. So I was probably. I was wrong. Last time I spoke about this, I was wrong because I said that he's fed up and he's done. As in, like, I think he's fed up and he's done. Clearly he's not. He wants to wait and see. I'm
the same. I thought he was on the way out.
That's how the quote read anyway.
Yeah.
Like, that's how the quote read. Now, granted, like, you know, like, maybe we should have... Yeah, you saw it, though, didn't you? You saw him say it.
Nah, I read it.
You read it. So So maybe he said it in a much different way. Anyway, it is what it is. We were wrong. He still definitely has an opportunity to stay there. It does seem like, now maybe we'll be wrong again, I don't know. But look, this is the hard thing. When you release kind of like vague quotes like this, it leaves room for like speculation. And I understand why he has to because he doesn't want to be disrespectful to anyone. It sounds like he wants to see how Hannah goes. But it's weird. The reason why we probably get it wrong too is because like it gets reported that it's gotten reported with Tino that he's staying, that he's going, that he's staying, that he's going. And when you read all that, you just go, okay, well, like that's the environment in which this quote has been said. But anyway, so look, I actually really respect that from Tino, although I wouldn't advise it. I just don't think that they're anywhere near a premiership. I think they're, at least if they are going to get close to one, you know, it's a 5-6 year deal. Like when I think about it, I go, okay, when he went to the club, they had this great roster that on their day could literally beat anyone. And even from that point, it was going to take 4 or 5 years max, like minimum, to get close to a premiership. Like this, I just think of it like, bro, are you really going to risk another 4 or 5 years to maybe get close to a premiership? Like if I was like advising him or whatever, like, you know, he knows way more about footy than I do and whatever. But I'd just kind of be like, what are you going to learn that's going to give you enough confidence in the next 6 months that's going to be like, you know what, I'm going to stay here for another 3 or 4 years.
Maybe he just feels like he owes it to the new coach or whatever.
Yeah, that's respectable too. But like, you know, when you really get to the nitty gritty.
Look, I will put a bet on right now. I think this is his last year of the Titans. I don't reckon he's going to re-sign.
Yep.
But I don't reckon he'll sign a contract for a few months. At least.
I guess what I would say is that, like, are you just kicking the can down the road a little bit?
Maybe, yeah.
Because, like, what do you really, like, what could you possibly learn in 6 months it's going to be like? Because I'm assuming even Hannay is going to be like, bro, these clauses, they got to go. Look, I get, a one clause, like 3 years, and then one is a clause of, like, mutual option or whatever. But I do think Hannay is going to be like, listen, you've had your clauses, which is great. You've been an incredible servant for the club. But it's not in our best interest you have all these clauses, because guess what? This is going to be a conversation every single...
Yep.
And funnily enough, like, I would actually be concerned if Hannay hasn't had that conversation already with Tino, saying, mate, if you want to be at this club, these clauses need to go.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that you negotiated them. I understand that, maybe we need to compensate you for them. However, if I'm Hannay, I'm saying to him, mate, we won't win a premiership if we're paying you $1.5 million.
Yeah.
Like, that's just fair income. Now, granted, maybe the new salary cap could do that, but if I was a coach, I'd be sitting Tino down, and I'm not saying Tino wouldn't be open to this. Maybe he would, but I'd be saying, bro, we are not winning a comp with paying our forward $1.5 million. We need you on around $1 million to be able to go and get a gun half or whatever. And I'd just be fair income. I'd point to Ponga situation at Knights to a degree. I'd point to the fact that most years the team with the highest paid player doesn't win the grand final. Most years. Now, there's one or two that you can look at. And so I will say, if he does stay at the Titans, I think those clauses will be gone. But I still think that he's probably, like, are they really going to come out and beat everyone in the first 10 weeks?
Maybe he's just that optimistic. New coach, new environment. Maybe he's
give him a fair opportunity to, like, show him.
I think that's what's happening.
Which is admirable. Like, it's admirable. I guess from a outsider perspective, it's like it's just not gonna.
I don't think much is going to change that quickly.
Yeah,
I reckon Hannay will do a good job eventually.
Yeah, huge fan of Hannay, but, like, this is going to take time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, going to take time. So you wonder whether you bite the bullet almost, and you're doing the club a favour to a degree, biting the bullet by saying, guys, I'm gone, because then they can just move on. Whereas right now everyone's like a bit in limbo, like, you're staying, you're going.
And if he leaves, because they've lost Fifita as well, they'll have millions of dollars to spend.
It'll be truly one of the full-on rebuilds. Like, truly one of the full-on rebuilds. But it's admirable that, like, he really is trying to give them another chance. But as I said, I think that if you really are all on board, if Hannay is fair income about this rebuild, he's got to get rid of all those clauses. They cannot. I'm okay with my main player having, one or two clauses. I'll say one clause, like a 3-year deal, and the 4th year is a clause or whatever in his favour, and that's what we needed to get him to the club. But I think he's got like 3.
Yeah, like different.
Yeah, so like this one, then there's another one, I think in 27 into 28. I think there's another one after that as well. Which I'm not going to knock the Titans for this. Like, the position they were in, they just needed to get the deal done. So, it's very easy for everyone to judge the Titans on this crazy deal. Similar to the Knights, like, I don't necessarily agree with the deal. However, I can understand why the Knights needed to be so aggressive. It's because, like, they wouldn't have got them to the club. Like, and although I probably wouldn't have made that deal, it's very easy for me to say, because I'm not the one that has to worry about his job each week. You know what I mean? Like, if you're sitting there and you're going, holy shit, I'm about to lose Tino unless I give him this, really pro player deal. If you say, no, we're not doing that, we're going to be confident in our own thing, you might not be in the job in 6 months because you've got your roster week. And the club's not going to give you enough time to put in the things you're envisioning,
Yeah. Sorry, I just had a look. So the first clause is for 2027, and then the second clause is for 2030, and then his contract will end in 2033.
Yeah. So the 2030 one's got to go, I reckon.
Yeah.
And I'd even shorten a little bit to it, like, just if you can, like, because the way I would speak to Tino about it would be like, you've said that you're willing to test the open market, then, like, you've kind of said to us that you're willing to go somewhere else. So do we really need to have this 10-year deal? Like, let's just work together. If it works, it works. If not, it doesn't. Yeah, interesting one. I do find it really admirable from Tino that he's giving them an opportunity to shine. Because I think, honestly, I reckon 9 out of 10 players, they would have been gone fucking...
Well, they'll be gone tomorrow because of November 1.
Yeah. And I reckon they would have been gone before that. I reckon they'd have been like, I just got to get out of here. I just cannot wait to see where he lands. I cannot wait. I do respect also his honesty. I know he can't get into specifics, but there's a lot of players that would just go, I'm leaving up to my manager. Like, he's actually saying, like...
Yeah, he's saying how it is.
Which I respect. I really, really do. Super interesting times, though. I can't wait to see... I just want to see, like, what does a Hannay team look like?
Yeah.
How do they play?
They're one of the more interesting teams coming into 26.
Yeah. I actually heard that when he went into the Eels to go for that job, he, like, full on... bit by bit, detail by detail, basically broke their game plan down and gave it to him in the coaches' meeting. So yeah, super detailed guy. Okay, the Manly jerseys. We're doing a flip here. I don't know if we're doing a flip actually. I saw negative feedback. I like them. I like Manly's new jerseys.
I didn't read the comments that heavily. I think they're mad.
I think they're mad too. I saw. Well, you know, we'll go and read the comments again. But the first one was like negative, and I was like, what?
People just hate change.
Like, I'll understand if you're like, oh, it's not my cup of tea, but it's okay. But I think, okay, so basically 2 away jerseys. Would have been cool to see main sponsor mimic the old Pepsi logo, just that Laundy did for the... I mean, that's not that negative.
But
horrible day to have eyeballs, 219 likes.
Well, that's just someone being a hater. But like that first comment, that Laundy thing, that was a one-off.
Yeah.
You can't just change it for the whole year. Someone
wrote, has spoon written all over it.
I tell you what, I don't necessarily disagree with that comment.
Yeah, interesting times. Someone wrote so many negative Nancy's. So you know what I mean? Like, there has been a bit too much white for a home jersey. Are those fake collars? Like, and granted, the internet, especially in these situations, like, if you like something, you're not going to be inclined to comment. You're going to be like, oh, I like that, and keep going.
Yeah.
When you don't like something, you're more inclined to comment. But yeah, anyway, so I saw some negative feedback. I love them. I think... The only thing I would say, like, that logo color they've got, that kind of like creamy,
the goldy
color, I would love to see them match that with a white and their maroon somewhere.
Yeah, because there is a lot of, now they've added the blue and those stripes. There's a lot of colors going on in the jersey.
Whereas if you could put potentially the red or the blue one, or even just both, and make them gold, I reckon that'd be sick. Yeah, if you made the red and the blue and the collar gold, and I know that's going against the fact that, you know, that's not their colours fully, but I love that gold colour they've got there. If you made that jersey where the collar bit was gold, the arms was 2 gold stripes, and then where the red and... Are you looking at it right now?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
And then the red and blue one was gold. I reckon that'd be a sick Manly jersey.
That'd look sick. But as you said, though, like, they're doing it because of the 96 team. Which I like. I love throwback jerseys.
Oh, I think it's sick as well. Like, yeah, they've stood the test of time. But yeah, so I like the jersey. I think it's
mad.
I think it's good. Like, I don't think it's the best jersey I've ever seen, but
I like the away jersey. That's the one I like the most. I like the home one as well. I think the blue collar is really cool. But that Manly away jersey, that is how I think of Manly.
Yeah, okay. The white with the stripes.
The white.
Didn't they used to have maroon with the stripes?
Yeah. Which I think of as well, but like, I don't know what it is about that particular jersey.
So I like the home one.
I like them both, to be honest.
Look, I do agree in regard to the comment section of like, the sponsor probably would have got more, and I know it's hard because you want to keep your on brand as a sponsor, but they would have got more goodwill and also exposure if they had have tried to make it look a little bit like the old logo.
True, but like, I don't think it looks that far off.
I don't think it looks bad at all. I still think it looks good, but...
Like, the blue matches I know it's not the same blue as the collar. I don't think it looks out of place.
Like, how could you make it look like the old one? It's a different bloody logo.
It's a different logo, and also it's the similar color as the old logo. I think it looks close enough. Yeah. I think they've done a good job.
I think they've done a good job for sure too. Like, I like the jerseys. I really do. So I was quite surprised about the negativity. But should I be surprised about negativity on the internet? No, I should not. Guys, brought to you by KO. It's all locked up with Samoa and New Zealand having 1 win each. So I think Tonga need to win 17 points.
No. Oh,
I think they got to win by 17 points.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah, because Samoa are in. Yep. Yeah, so they have to beat New Zealand by a fair amount.
17 points. Fiji and PG will also go head to head. You can watch it all on KO. Australia looking to go 2-0 against England. To watch every game live on KO. Jeez. Like, you almost hope Australia play really badly so that there's like if they go 2-0 up, it's like, who's watching the third one?
It's going to go 2-0 up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It's tough.
A guy they brought Brinson back. Brought Brinson in.
Yeah. Bro. Look, I'm sorry. I'm not going to get too harsh in it, but Morgan Smithy's still in the side.
I know. I can't believe it.
It's actually embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
It's actually, like, even Morgan Knowles, who is a good player and played good game one, he still hasn't played in the best league in the world and gone well. Morgan Smithy's is a... bro. You know, another one that maybe he wasn't available, so apologies. But
Billy Smith.
Billy Smith.
Yes.
What?
I was kicking myself that I forgot to bring him up on Monday. Maybe he's injured, but I don't think he's
a gun. He's a bloody good player.
Yeah.
Again, playing in the NRL really well. And so, like, you know, even like a guy like Matty Nicholson, and, you know, there's a quote of him saying he had a conversation with the coach. Can you read the quote out, please?
So this is what Nicholson said. I actually rang Wayne, who's the coach, myself, before coming back to England just to get a sense of what his thoughts were. We both agreed that I probably wasn't quite at full fitness. I only played 2 games in the last 16 weeks after all. It was very tough to admit that to myself, but I probably wasn't quite up to scratch to go straight into an Ashes series. Wayne agreed. We had a good conversation and he was very supportive.
Yeah, that's a strange one because, like, he had to admit it to himself. He called him initially probably wanting to play. Yeah, a bit of a weird one. Like, how can you be fit enough to be selected in an NRL finals match, but not fit enough to come off the bench for England? And, like, I'm sure Matty Nicholson would want to play for his country. You know, did the coach say to him, mate, I'm not going to pick you because you're not fit enough? And then he said they talked about it, and then he said, oh, you know, maybe you're right, maybe I'm not fit enough. I don't know. It just very strange how you're fit enough to be selected to play NRL, but you're not 7 weeks later to play for England, unless he hasn't done anything in the offseason. That's why, potentially.
Yeah, but, jeez. Professional athlete knowing an Ashes series is coming up, you'd think.
Yeah, and you would have had the conversation of, like, am I in the squad or not?
Yeah.
I don't know. Look, I'd be carrying on like a wanker if I said, no, I don't, you know, believe or whatever. But, just a little bit strange. So, you know, maybe there's more to it. Maybe there's not. Maybe I am being a wanker. But I just, you know, like, imagine him walking up to Ricky Stewart before he gets selected for finals and like,
don't think I'm fit.
You know what? I don't know if I'm fit enough to play this big game. Again, the unique thing is he's in the off season. They got knocked out, so maybe he had 2 weeks off, and he was just like hadn't spoken to the English coach yet, and he was like, I haven't done anything in 2 weeks, and so I don't have that fitness carrying over to a degree. I don't know. It's all strange. But the Morgan Smithy things, it's honestly embarrassing. Like, I'm honestly...
To not even get a bench spot is ridiculous.
Bro, like, maybe he's going to get brought in. He's, like, playing mind games, but, like, one of the...
But what mind games? Like, what... like
a stalwart in the best forward pack in the NRL that can play pretty much anywhere in the forwards if you want him to. Super good defence. I think his tackle efficiency was, like, 94 or 5% this year. You know, we know he can run for metres against some of the better packs. Like, is he Payne Haas? Like, no. But he can get you 100 metres.
96.7%.
96.7% tackle efficiency in the NRL. Anyway, here's what it is. I don't want to go too hard on him because I feel sorry for the Pommy fans, and maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, that's all on KO. The summer of cricket continues as Australia face India in 5 unmissable T20s starting this week. The only place to watch every T20 series match is on Fox Cricket, available on KO Sports. And as I've always said, guys, they've got the second biggest Australian cricket personalities on there now, the grade cricketers. Hopefully one day they can become the biggest and surpass me, but at the moment their content and their reach in cricket just doesn't have the same impact as I do. And also their measuring of the game, their analysis, it's all right, I guess. Let's put it that way.
I'll tell you what, they're the only podcast in this entire world that I have notifications on for Spotify. I'm obsessed with them.
Mate, even me as someone that I don't watch cricket, so I don't listen to them, but when I do listen to them, how talented they are on the mic. I'm like,
they're amazing.
The best in the biz, baby. The best in the country. Tell me like someone better than those two on the mic in regards to like their level of like just the language they use, the jokes that they are good. They can run them. They're just they're like, so good.
The perfect mix of comedy, because it's mostly comedy, but like
serious chat
stuff.
As well.
Like I still learn a lot from their podcast.
Yeah. I actually their circus episode. So the circus, they go across every sport.
Yeah.
After Origin 3 was some of the funniest shit I've ever listened to.
Oh, when they were over in England.
Bro.
Yeah, I remember listening to that. It was so good.
Fuck me. Like, they said in a funny way everything a New South Wales fan's thinking.
It was, I remember one of the jokes, I can't remember exactly, but it was like, when Queensland are up at halftime, the whole country's watching. When New South Wales up at halftime, people just turn the TV off.
Or there was one bit about like, oh, Nino, like, you know, we had this guy and he was fucking killing it in Clubland and he was playing so well, and New South Wales thought, fuck that, not picking him. Not picking him. Something along those lines. Not picking him. We'll go for his We don't need that shit. Oh fuck. Yeah. Mate, you know what? I could actually probably go back and listen to it. I don't ever listen to podcasts twice again, but that was truly some of the funniest rugby league content I've ever fucking heard.
I remember I actually screen recorded on YouTube the first minute of it.
Did you send it to me or send it to you?
I might have sent it to you actually, and just send it, and just I reckon I watched that first minute at least 5 or 6 times. You know what? I'm gonna do it after this.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and watch it. It's fucking some of the seriously the funniest rugby league content I've seen in a long time.
I think it's on YouTube. I'll put a link to it.
Oh fuck.
In the notes. Fuck, it's good.
Oh man, I hope the boys are getting that Indian cash. Just get it, boys. Yeah. Get it. Who cares? What is the Indian currency?
Don't know. I'll have a look. Tell you what, they're actually going to be there. Rupee.
Get the rupee, baby.
There's a T20 on tonight, which you just said, but it's at the MCG. They're going
MCQ, but
MCQ.
Yeah,
it's sold out because of all the Indian fans.
Bro, what?
Yeah, like a random T20 that, like, let's be honest, most of Australia can't even be bothered to watch because the Ashes.
Mr. Cricket myself, I'm not watching.
Yeah, like honestly, I don't know if I'll watch it.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not even sure.
Yeah,
but like they've got 95,000 tickets sold because of all the Indian fans.
Bro, that's actually insane. They had, you know, we talked about last week how Samoa and Tonga, they are like so supportive, like such a high percentage of people like watch it. That's like India is that, but like 1 billion people.
Exactly, yeah.
Mental, bro. And we still tell them up.
We still tell them up, although
bro,
we did. If
I was from a country, like, what are you doing? If you're from a country that has 1 billion people and you're getting towed up by a country that has 27 million and it's not even close to our biggest sport, really.
Especially like the biggest one was 2 years ago at the World Cup. In their backyard, they were undefeated. And then we just came out, that Aussie spirit came out and beat them. I will say though,
a bunch of descendants of convicts come and just tower you up.
Just tower you up with I don't know what the maths is, but it's a fraction of their population.
Yeah.
Devastating last night though. Like, our women's cricket team is one of the best Australian teams.
Literally, yeah, ever.
Of all time. Yeah. And they freaking lost last night in the World Cup. They got knocked out by India.
Oh, like, far out.
And it was like, I think it was a record run chase from India. So like, fair credit to them. And it is over there. Yeah. They're sharing it in...
We'll give them one then, eh?
But yeah, devastating.
You can have one.
They can have one.
Yeah, we'll give you one. You know, hopefully the 1 billion people that watch are happy. But yeah, I don't know. Like, being an Aussie, we are so spoilt for greatness for how small we are. And Kiwis as well. Like, I'm trying to imagine would it be like living in a country that has all these people. Like, imagine being a Pommy in soccer. Like, you invented the game. You've got the English Premier League, which is like crazy good. And when was like the last time you even got into a World Cup grand final?
I don't know. I don't think.
Like, the joke is it's coming home. That's the joke.
Yeah. And you never ever make the final.
It would make me so furious, bro. Whereas like in Australia, we're so used to going well. And I know like Australia and New Zealand, that it's like we get we like lose one World Cup or whatever and we're like blowing up.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, we really numbers wise we're lucky to be there. I mean it's you know it's relatively similar to like Samoa and Tonga. Like they have like a population of 200,000 on their islands. They make a World Cup or like, you know, they lose a game to Australia and they're like berating their team, and it's like you're playing a team that has 20 million people that can play. And your population around the world, obviously I know it's more, you'd be a couple of million or whatever it is, but like the chances of you being where you're at and being as good as you are is almost like it shows you how incredible you are to be able to do that. But anyway, Australia's great. It's all good. That's all I wanted to say. Okay. Anything else? No. Oh man, I can't wait till we're playing video games this weekend. Yes.
The Ashes starts in 3 weeks from today.
3 weeks from today.
3 weeks from today.
Well, apparently we've got the worst team in 10 years or something. 15.
Yeah. That's another running joke on the great cricketer because Stuart Broad, who is like
He's actually, hey, look, when I found out about him initially, he was apparently he's a Derek, but I feel like since he's gotten a media after cricket, he's like kind of come around a little bit.
You couldn't have nailed it more.
Okay.
Seriously, couldn't have nailed it more. He was the most hated person in Australia because he, a few years ago, a lot of years ago, he edged it and it went to first slip and he didn't walk. And then like everyone was like, you didn't walk, as if an Australia wouldn't do it. Like I know Gilchrist does walk, but whatever. Anyway, then when we cheated with sandpaper, everyone's like, oh, we actually cheated. So that kind of went. But like, you know, people still say the whole walking thing, which is pretty silly. I mean, it's more of a joke now. But then after the Bairstow stumping, he was the batsman that came in next and he was just pretty much trolling the Australians. Just he said he saw red, like all that stuff. And he actually came out on a podcast recently. He said, "Mate, that was so embarrassing what I did." Like,
I saw that quote where he was like, "I was looking back at what I did. I was like, oh no."
And like it's funny. Like I used to hate him as a kid, but now the more I listen to him, he's got his own podcast. The more I listen to him, the more I'm like, "You're great. You're awesome."
It's always the case, isn't it? You judge blokes, especially opponents, on the way they act. And you're like, "Fucking hate this bloke," but then they play for your. Like for example, there's a lot of people right now that probably hated Reece Walsh all year. Now I just frothing him. You know what a guy used to be? When he played for New South Wales, hated him, but like watching him in club footy, he loved like Jackie Whiten.
Yeah.
But didn't hate him because he was bad or anything, but he got in amongst it for New South Wales. He was a good player. But then when you see him playing for like Australia and that, you're like, hell yeah, fuck, get into him.
Yeah,
fuck him up.
I felt that way about Cam Munster my whole life.
Yeah, like, there you go.
Yeah.
It's always the way, isn't it? You like when they're doing it to you, it's the worst in the world. When they're doing it to someone else, you don't give a shit. Fucking hell. Alrighty, Papua New Guinea versus Fiji. Fiji favourites. I mean, they've got a bloody good side. I'm going PNG.
Yeah, I'm going PNG as well.
I'm going PNG.
Yeah.
I'm backing them in. England versus Australia. So England is still 550. Weren't they 550 last game as well? Australia $1.15. Oh.
Nah, they were 550 at the start of the week.
In the last game, were they 550?
They were. They drifted. I think they were 5.
Yeah, so like the same odds. You'd think they'd go out a little bit more. I'm going Australia. Yeah, look, if they complete at 80%, it's going to be a bloodbath, bro. And the refs like NRL game.
Yeah,
it's going to be a bloodbath.
Oh, I'm very worried about England.
Look, could they come out and like make it close? Yes, because when you think about if you didn't have enough motivation for game one, surely you've got enough motivation for game two to just the game of your life or the half of your life, you know, something.
I know the score doesn't tell everything, obviously, because they were terrible in game one, but it was 8-0 at halftime. Like it's not like they were. It's not like they scored 4 tries in the first quarter of the game. Like they could make it happen, but honestly, I don't see Australia winning by any less than 20.
Fuck. Jeez. Okay, here's the big one though. New Zealand versus Tonga. Tonga have gone out to $3.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I think New Zealand will win, but I'm taking that line all day.
3-10? What's the line? Like
8.5.
8. 3-10? And they're playing for their lives? Damn. I mean, were Kiwis that convincing in game one?
No. Samoa nearly came back and win.
You know what's funny? Is we always do this. The punters are always right.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we always do this, and then the line will be 8.
The line will be literally, New Zealand will win by 9 or something.
But we keep coming back each week. Nah, fuck, what the fuck's that
wrong.
on? Fuck.
Keen for that one, but.
Yeah, bro, that is going to be.
And honestly, whatever grand final, it wouldn't have made a difference. But now there's just stories in both grand finals. Like if Tonga win, obviously it's Tonga versus Samoa. But if New Zealand win, like Samoa trying to avenge their first loss.
Listen, you might want to revoke my passport. I'm sorry. I hate to say this, but I am substantially more interested in the Pacific Games than I am now.
Yeah.
Like, 100%. It stings me. Yeah, you guys know I am so proud to be an Australian. Proud as anything, but like, I'm not interested.
No.
Like, just, yeah, like, to be honest, the main thing that makes me interested is just to see the boys in the jersey. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just to see Cleary in an Australian jersey, that's cool.
Yeah, because it feels right.
Yeah.
It feels good.
Yeah, the next generation, like, how mad, like, all the history behind the jersey. Like, the thing is even if they lose this game, they will come out in game 3 and absolutely butcher them.
Yeah, I know.
Like, because they'll be motivated. Because if they lose this game, the headlines are going to be psycho against the Australian boys. Like, they will get crucified if they lose this game.
I have a question for you. If they win 2-1, does Kevin Walsh just keep his job? Sorry, let me rephrase. Is his job safe?
Well, he's only signed for this one little tour, isn't he?
That's what I mean, yeah. Like, you'd think 3-0 he will re-sign. Not based on anything.
3-0, you'd have to say, like, how do you... and well, people would say, well, anyone could win at 3-0, but it's like, it's one thing saying it, nothing to do it.
Yeah.
2-1, I guess there would be conversations, but like, who else are you going to put in there?
Personally, I'd keep it in, unless we somehow lose the next 2 games.
The thing with the Australian team, I think, as well, like, what we do know with Kevy is, like, he's a locker room guy. Like, he's got a great relationship with his playing group. And so, like, is that all you really need for Australia? Like, you don't need...
You're not coaching them.
Yeah, you don't need... Like, for example, Mal Meninga, when he was a coach of Queensland, everyone speaks about the fact that, like, he wasn't your X's and O's guys. He was get the boys up, ready to rumble, to play for something that means something. That was his strong suit. And I look at Kevy, I'm like, mate, just get a really good assistant and you just boy the boys. And he's good at that. Like, look at the Broncos side 2023. They were happy. They were so comfortable in themselves. Like, yeah, okay, they fell a little bit short because of their fitness to a degree, but they still made a frigging grand final and played some of the most electric footy we've ever seen. So, yeah, does he might actually suit rep footy coaching better because that's all he needs to do is just get the boys up, get the boys happy and confident and ready to play footy.
I think I completely agree with you.
Yeah. Like, whereas like Bellamy, I don't know, it was a small sample size, but like, he didn't win Origin. So... And he's a bit of an X's and O's guy.
And he was in camp this year for New South Wales.
Yeah, so I don't know. Anyway, make sure to grab your Grumpy Coffee, grumpycoffee.com.au. We've got whole bean, got ground. We've got pods. We've got everyday. We've got very, very grumpy as well. Make sure, if you want internet, Longtail, the place to be. Give us an ad on Steam, Bloke in a Bar, I'm pretty sure. Going to play some Arc Rated tonight. Join us there. Maybe some Outer Worlds. Maybe some Hades 2, maybe some Ghost of Yota. I don't know. But that's the good thing about tonight is I'm done, baby. Get to do what I want to do. I was thinking maybe doing a bit of a stream on Sunday for the New Zealand-Tonga game where I just, get on the computer, watch the game and have a chat to the audience. But I'll definitely try to do one for the Pacific Champ Finals.
Yep.
So whether we're just going to have to set something so you can see the chat on the screen. Outside of that, I should be pretty sweet to set the OBS up. But very least, like, I know how to set the OBS up, but I just couldn't be fucked. So I might have to get Matty to come and do it. So it'll be in work hours, obviously, but I just couldn't be bothered because I know how to do it. I've done it fucking plenty of times. It's almost like I know how to build a computer, but I just couldn't be bothered doing it. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. And like, I know how to do the OBS but I don't currently know. Like, if you asked me to do it right now, I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know what's going on, yeah.
But it would take me 5 minutes.
To click back into gear. Yeah, I'm the same. It would just take me a bit to click things and whatever. So what I will say is, so we're most likely 90% out of 100 going to do it for the final. We are definitely going to start doing it. Maybe some gaming stuff or whatever this year. Definitely, though, next year we'll start doing, years ago we used to do the companion stuff. Me, Rennie, yourself, Scope would join us sometimes. We did that years and years ago. And if I'm being honest, guys, it was so much work for not much reward. I'm just being that, when you've got this many shows, you've really got to be like, okay, where do I put my energy? And so for the stream, whereas doing it at home where I'm just on the computer, two things. It's way less, obviously. I don't have to drive all the way into the studio, have Matty here. Mate, I'm taking his fucking night out as well to sit there, all that stuff. Other boys as well. But also, I just reckon, and I'm not the first one to do it. I think Hectic Fred does it. Leaguey just did it recently. So I'm not the first one to do it. But actually, you know what? I actually might be the first one to have done it ages ago. But anyway, whatever. It's irrelevant. What I'm saying is the environment's a little bit... If it's me at a computer and I'm interacting with the chat rather than doing a show, it's a different vibe, and I think it's a vibe that suits this generation a little bit better than the stream.
Because in that, it's basically another podcast, really.
Yeah, or like commentary, really.
Yeah, you're not interacting with anyone that
chats. Not really. Like sometimes you'll answer questions or here or there, and so I think there might be something to being able to come in, watch the footy with me, but also talk and stuff and back and forth, a bit of banter, maybe at halftime we do some stuff. I think that's going to be because obviously Twitch does that and streaming already does that. So I'm going to do, and then we can do fun stuff because what I want to do is essentially take the best things from what's happening in the streaming world. And as I said, I've already done this ages ago, so it's not like I'm just waking up today finding out that streaming did this. But eventually we could have other personalities come and join me at my home in my computer room, like Kai Cenat, like Speed, like all those guys. Now, granted, we're not going to act like that. We're not going to be like jumping around crazy, but just sitting around chilling. Like it's you know what it is? It's the chill nature of the thing that makes it cool. Like to be able to see, I don't know, I'll say Latrell Mitchell or something. I'll just random superstar. To be able to see Trell Mitt just sitting on the computer with me talking shit. You know what I mean? That's it's an environment that you don't see much of.
Yeah.
Or even like whoever it is, a big name, just sitting down, shooting the shit. It could be, and what I want to try to do is that similar to what you've seen with like Kai Cenat and you know, all those kind of crew, is like getting people to watch the footy with me from different industries, like entertain, like, you know, might be an Australian singer or a content, you know what I'm saying? That we like, obviously. I'm not going to be leaning into internet culture and getting like 12s on or whatever. I'm talking about, you know, maybe it's a James Magnuson or some shit like that comes and watch it, stuff like that. So that's where I'm probably going to set it up. I might set it up down in my garage so that there's like more room in the background to be able to do shit whilst the game's going on. But you don't know what I'm talking about when I'm saying all this. So you're just sitting there, your eyes are glazing over. I don't know what he's talking about.
No, I've seen clips from.
Apologies. Sorry, man. Sorry.
No, I don't. I'm not a subscriber or anything.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I just assumed you didn't know. But yeah, you know what I'm saying though? It's it's a different feel to a podcast.
Absolutely.
And so that's what I want to try to do. I want to be able to bring like that kind of feel like, oh, how cool you're seeing this player, like what it would be like get Terrell May on the show sometimes. Get the boys that are streaming at the moment, come on and we'll sit down, we'll talk, shoot the shit and watch the footy together. Stuff like that. So it's like a little bit different to the footy. So anyway, we're definitely going to be doing that. It's just a matter of when we do it. Yeah. I'll go fucking myself. I'll fuck myself. I'll go fuck myself. I'll go and fuck myself. Oh yeah, you know what's crazy? I watched, just quickly, there was this fucking Instagram reel or whatever, and bro, this is gonna wig you out. So he was like, my whole life, I've been speaking like not my real voice. I've been like squeezing my voice, and he's like, but when I fully relax my voice, this is my real voice. And he started speaking differently. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, when I relax my voice, try to relax it now. When I relax my voice, it goes down a few whatever.
What the hell?
Is this my real, you know what I'm saying? Is this my real voice? Is this my real voice? I don't know, bro. Try it now. Relax your voice, fully relax your neck and everything, and just speak just let it out of your mouth.
Hello, 1, 2, 3.
You know what I mean? It's a different
voice. Yeah.
Am I squeaking it? Am I pressuring it? Yeah. I don't know, baby.
Vocal fry.
Yeah, I just don't know. And so now I'm wigging out. Like, is this not my real voice? Have I like developed this because of societal cues to make me talk like that? So I will say, when I was younger, I used to get teased for my voice because it was a little bit deep. It's not too deeper, but they'd always be like, "Dun-dun-dun-dun." That's what they would do. And I was always like, fucking shut up, cunt. And so like, I was like, you know, getting paid out for being like dopey because I had a dopey voice. Fucking motherfuckers. Well, look who's laughing now, you dogs. But yeah, maybe that is my real voice. Maybe that is, you know what I mean? When I relax, that is how, like right now I'm squeezing. I'm squeezing whereas when I talk like this, I fully relax.
It's fully different. In the headphones it is anyway.
Is it? Yeah, when I talk like this is me fully relaxed, not squeezing anything, talking about rugby league, the greatest game of all.
You sound like you're on like AM radio.
AM radio. 103.9 AM radio, ABC.
It's fully AM radio.
I'll see you after the break while I'm fucking myself.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.